Alright boys, I finally finished porting and polishing my Mazdaspeed head. Now it probably could use a little bit more polishing, but it's probably pretty good. There's two things you're going to want to worry about when you're porting and polishing a head. Now the first thing is you want to match your outer gasket size to exactly whatever intake manifold you're going to be running. So I'm running this aftermarket intake manifold, so I matched it exactly to that size. I use like a gasket that I'm going to be running that's the exact same size as this, and then I just kind of marked it up. But yeah, you're going to want to make sure it matches exactly to whatever you're running. That way you'll get the best possible transition for the airflow, of course, your boost. Then the second thing you're going to want to worry about is how smooth it is and how even it is. Now basically when you're going down in there, you're going to want all of that to be 100% even. You're going to want it to have really smooth transitions. You're going to want it to be as smooth and as just clean as possible. Some of them are a little bit better than others. It's definitely kind of hard to tell, but basically you're just going to want to smooth everything out, get rid of any little lumps or bumps. Make sure they're all pretty straight. See, like that far corner right there could be taken out a little bit more. I would get a little bit more airflow there, but that one looks pretty nice. As you can see, it's all about the same size. Same with those ones, they're all about the same size. And then that one turned out really well. As you can see, it's basically about the same going all the way down. You're gonna want these super smooth if you're going for a high horsepower. I just got it dirty right there, but you're gonna want it to be like a mirror finish if you're going for really high horsepower. Now I don't plan on breaking any records with this head, so I think it'll be just fine, honestly. They're quite smooth and I'm quite happy with the polishing job. Let me flip the head around so you can see the exhaust side. Alright guys, as you can see, I have ported the exhaust side as well. I did basically the same thing as I did on the intake side. I just went for a mild porting, tried to smooth everything out as much as possible. Camera's not picking it up super well, but it is quite smooth down in there. I did make it like zero bumps or zero little imperfections. It could be polished like a mirror, but I don't think that's really going to matter too much, honestly, not unless you're going for crazy high horsepower or crazy high boost. I'm only planning to run 25 to 33-ish pounds of boost. Who knows what my tuner will do, but you know, I'm trying to just get up there in some type of higher horsepower, so it should be just fine. Basically, it's the same thing as the front though. You just want to polish and pour everything so that they match. Try to get them, oh, that one looks pretty good. Try to get them as even as possible. I'll show you guys the exhaust valve and intake valves, where they, their sides and stuff, what they look like, but I honestly think it turned out pretty good. I'm excited to see the results. See if it actually improves a whole lot, which I'm sure it will. Let me know what you guys think though, if it needs to be polished way more like a mirror or if you think it'll be alright. Now the middle spots I didn't really hit because I thought they were probably designed just fine. That's why it's black still, because I didn't even touch those middle spots. I'll probably clean them and polish them when I take it to the machine shop, but they probably don't need to be touched really at all. I wanted to just keep the overall stock shape since I'm not going for an insane port job. I just want a street build port job, if that makes sense. Let me flip it over so you guys can see the bulwark. Alright you guys, as you can see, I did port the bowls as well. Now I'm going with the same concept that I explained earlier. I basically just went for a street port situation where I just smoothed everything out. I didn't try to open it up a crazy amount. I just wanted it really smooth and really perfect, no little bumps or anything like that. There's normally a little bump down in each one of those, and that's probably the stock casting, just a mistake or something, or maybe they did that for the stock turbos flow. But as you can see, I basically removed everything in there and tried to make it really smooth. Like I said before, it could use a better polish job where it's like a mirror finish, but I don't think that'll be absolutely necessary unless I'm gonna go for crazy high horsepower. Let me flip the head over one more time so that you guys can see these upper bowl jobs. These are the intake sides, of course. Forgot to explain that, but yeah, these are the intake ones, and they are basically straight through, so it's gonna be pretty good flow. All right, boys, I flipped the head over, so now the intake side is up above. That's the intake side, of course. But now we're looking at the bottom side, which is the exhaust side, and I basically did the same thing that I previously explained. I just tried to make sure everything was smooth. It's so hard to pick up, but I made sure everything was smooth, and then I just kind of took away any little bumps or imperfections. But it should be honestly quite good for boost, I think. Quite good for boost. But yeah, this is my ported Mazdaspeed 6 head. I'm gonna flip it over one last time so you can get one last look at it. All right, guys, I finally finished my Mazdaspeed 6 head. Finally finished porting it. Now, all that's left to do for my head is I need to take it to the machine shop, have them deck it, clean it, put all the valves and springs and retainers in, make sure everything looks good. I think they have to pressure test it too, but the machine shop knows what to do, so we'll let them do all of that. Now, I may not have done this head perfectly, and it may not be 100% correct, so maybe don't follow my guide if you're trying to do it. Look up and research a lot on your own, but this is just the first time I ever ported my head, and I just wanted to try it out, see what I could do. If you have any opinions on what I did right or what I did wrong, or if it looks good or bad, please leave them down in the comments below, and please explain why it's right or wrong, and that way anyone else who's trying to do it for themselves or trying to learn or understand at least, then they could learn too, as well as I could also learn. So like anyone, like shout out to Bryce Williams, Will Dawson, Abdul, anyone, Cody, Artem, if you guys could leave your opinions down below, how you think this turned out. Now I know it's not perfect because it needs to be a mirror finish, but as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video.